And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to the final elimination race of the season, the penultimate race as well. You're at the Homestead Miami Speedway, race 22 for the PCSRA Coca-Cola Truck Series, also playoff race number 6 of 7. After this, we only have Toronto left to go until we determine who will be the 4 drivers that will battle for the championship next week from amazing Toronto Speedway in Ontario. This is also the last race in the United States, which these drivers are looking forward to that. Rita Segrist starts on the pole position, comes in this race 27th in the points. She also comes into this race one of the drivers in the danger zone of losing her charter for next season, and the gal she's trying to run down would be Makara Amirmoez, and she's only 50 points ahead of Rita, so she needs to get a win to get her, put Makara in the danger zone. Chloe Carmichael alongside Jesse Art in row number 2, and then Azar Amirmoez alongside. Here's a look at the points entering tonight's race. Also, tonight could be the time that the gal who's starting right there, Sarah Costello, could lock up the Rookie of the Year honors because she currently leads by 7 points over Jimmy Baker. So if Baker doesn't score points here tonight in the Rookie of the Year honors, Sarah Costello will be your Rookie of the Year, which would be a good result for her. But let's go ahead and get these trucks rolling off. Tonight, it's the Ford EcoBoost 200 from the Homestead Miami Speedway. Here is the playoff grid presented by Golden Corral. Tico Jumiaka, no matter what, he will be in the Final Four after he won last week at Talladega. Has a 12-point cushion over Samantha Granger. 38-point cushion over Hattie Swore, and Justin Hugo is 75 points back, 4th in the standings. Hugo is, by the way, the driver on the bubble as far as that is concerned. 21 points back below the cut line is April Winters. Peach Ramirez is 48 points below the cut line. And then Mandy Evans is 80 points after she was fined $25,000 for what happened at Talladega Super Speedway. Couple of driver notes to mention. Lauren Grubius will be driving this number 8 car for the rest of the season after Kitchen's poor performance. Taking her ride will be Jennifer Power. She will be making her Truck Series debut. So we'll see how Jennifer Power means. That means also Billy Kitchens is officially losing his charter, which, by the way, Aline Burnett is in the 86 and will run that charter for the final 2 races. She will keep her charter for next season, as that was sold to by Billy Kitchen since they're going to Mercedes next season. Green flags in the air. We're racing at Homestead. Who is going to be in the Final Four? Who will be the 3 drivers getting eliminated? We know it can't be Jumiaka. And I'm having a cinnamon roll for dessert as I'm calling this truck race, which is yummy. Jesse Art led the first lap. Jimmy Baker, the driver who's trying to run down the Superflow Chevy Silverado of Sarah Costello. Sarah Costello, after her run last week at Talladega, she is officially locked into the to the Buffalo Wild Wings series, for next season. And she will drive for DVR next season. Probably going to figure out which ride she will drive, as Ashley Horton has taken the race lead. And she also got 5 points on her. We have 35 drivers trying to find victory lane. 7 drivers who are trying to make it into the Final Four. Tico Jumiaka, who comes into this race worried-free, knowing he will be in the Final Four next week at Toronto. The question is, who will be joining him after 134 laps of racing? And remember, if any of the remaining 6 playoff drivers win tonight, they're into the championship 4 with Tico Jumiaka. As Samantha Granger is currently the leader, there's Makara Amirmoez, who comes into this race on the bubble as far as trying to keep her charter for next season. She's also in a must-win situation as she nearly got wrecked. Thankfully, they keep it together, and we're still green flag racing. Also, we have updated Homestead Miami Speedway since we last did a race on this channel last year. Of course, the Oreo Cup Series was the 2002 version. Go ahead, be my guest. Yeah, it'd be a good idea to get a plate. You know I'm not even going to finish it, dude. Anyway, sorry, one of my roommates was asking me. That was Andre. April Winters, who comes into this race on that critical 4th, who came in this race 21 points below the cut line. All she needs is a good result here tonight. The driver she's trying to displace would be Justin Hugo. I've already put it in the microwave, but if you want to heat it up a little bit more, that's up to you, mate. So we'll keep an eye on all of the playoff contenders. A couple of drivers I do not see up here is Mandy Evans, and she was 80 points below the cut line, also known as in a must-win situation.
I don't want to take too much.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. At least that makes it easier for me. You knew I wasn't going to finish both of them. Prudence Littlejohn in the 29. One of those drivers who's trying to lock up a spot in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series next season. She almost led that lap. Chloe Carmichael led that lap. And now Jimmy Baker has a turn up front. Baker's 17th in the point standings. He's also another one of those drivers who is trying to move up to the Buffalo Wild Wings Series for next season. I see Mandy Evans on that inside line, and the caution is out. Now the question is, were any of our 7 playoff drivers involved? As we had a wreck in turn number 1 and 2. And if any of our playoff drivers were involved, this could spell the end of the hopes for their championship. Heather Gallant's on pit road. Ashley Horton's on pit road. April Winters, that's one of the playoff drivers. Horton's badly damaged. She's going to be heading into Toronto in a must-win situation. Unless they can get that truck fixed. And she's out. And April Winters came into this race 5th of the 7 playoff drivers. I think that might have just ended her championship hopes. That's too bad. Let's see what happened here. See what happened here to our playoff contender. Excuse me. Oh, Gallant got a piece of it right in front of playoff contender Hattie Swore, and nowhere for Ashley Horton to go. Victor Gonzalez, who was eliminated back in the first round. Aline Burnett got a piece of it. And the Black Smoky Rubs on the Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores Ford F-Series. And a tough break for her. Tough break for April Winters, as sadly she will be one of the one of the 3 drivers who will be eliminated from the championship hunt. So that's a shame. As we're going to get set to go back to green here at Homestead. And already one of our playoff drivers has run into trouble. And that also means Ashley Horton will head into next week's race at Toronto basically in a must-win situation to try to get herself out of the danger zone. That's going to help Rita Seagrid keep her charter possibly for next season, but Ashley Horton's going to be moving rides next year. As we have just gotten the 1-to-go signal. Out of the race, Ashley Horton. Yep, she will no doubt head into Toronto in a must-win situation. Heather Gallant's out of the race, and April Winters also out of the race. I'm sorry to say for April Winters, she has been eliminated from the championship. So a tough break for hers. We're back to green flag racing here as we are starting lap number 14. Matt Smith is a lap down for some reason, as he is still on the pit lane. I wonder if he had a mechanical problem or something. Samantha Granger's back here at the rear of the field. Granger came in this race second in points. There's Lauren Grubius in her new ride, her Budweiser Chevrolet. I don't think she was involved in any of the wrecks, so she's just taking it nice and easy, even though she's running in 34th. Finished a lap down last week at Dega in trucks. Made her Buffalo Wild Wings Series debut and finished in the top 15. I don't know if she's got some damage to the right side of her Budweiser Chevy. I see her teammate Hattie Swartz back here at the rear of the field. Same with Justin Hugo. Same with Sarah Costello and her teammate Anna Leonard. There's Bradburn making his second start. He made his debut last week. That's Billy Bradburn, one of Zachary Taylor's development drivers. And it looks like Matt Smith's problem is terminal, so Matt Smith's night is done. So tough break for Matt Smith. Ashley Horton needed a good run tonight. That's not going to happen to get herself out of the danger zone. So now we are 1 playoff driver down and 6 playoff drivers to go. Hattie's, as Mario just interrupted me rudely, and I'm about to go I'm about to go send my son to go run him over. There's Jennifer Power. She is making her Coca-Cola Truck Series. Let me make sure she's making her debut. I don't think she has made a start this year, Jennifer Power. And I have confirmed she has not. This is her debut race. Jennifer Power will be driving full-time for DVR next season. You will see her and the other 41 drivers in the AutoZone Amateur Series next week. Matt Smith's off the pace. Looks like Gruby is. I don't know if she's got any damage. I'm going to check on her truck. Nope. Looks like her truck's okay. It's just she just lost the draft. And Grubius, as I said, came into this race. One of the drivers needed a good run today. Boy, they're getting a little dicey up here. Of course, Mandy Evans needs a win to get herself into the Final Four to compete for the championship. Already 2 bad races from Kansas and also last week at Talladega. Petra Ramirez also needs some help. She will finish ahead of, she will pass April Winters. Matt Smith has caught up to Grubius. This is not going to be good news for Grubius, who will definitely go into next week's race needing a solid run. Also, remember, if Jimmy Baker doesn't score points and Costello does, that could end the Rookie of the Year hopes. And we could end up having the Rookie of the Year title locked up. There's Petra Ramirez. Came in this race 6 of the 7 drivers into the playoffs. Jimmy Baker been denied to lead a lap. Jesse Art led that lap. Samantha Granger, playoff contender. This is not good for Samantha. Came in this race 2nd in points. As Grubius has found a partner in Matt Smith, but they're going to need a caution. The way these drivers are packed together. Sarah Costello trying to make sure she gets her teammate Hattie Swore into the Final Four to compete for the championship. Justin Hugo, a playoff contender, led a lap. As things stand, Justin Hugo would advance into the Final Four to compete for the championship next week at Toronto, as of now. And I wonder what's going through Tico Jumiaka's mind right now, because we already know he's in the Final Four to compete for the championship, no matter what. So regardless where Jumiaka finishes, we already know he's in the Final Four, and he will have a 5-point cushion over the other 3 drivers going into the reformatted points and entering the final race of the season. Ari Springer. There's Annie Crenshaw. She will be making her Buffalo Wild Wings Series debut tomorrow night in that number 97 for Roush Fenway Racing. Hugo right there currently dropping back. And Bradbury has taken the lead, making... Oh, Billy Bradbury, that's who it is. Matt Smith only already 5 laps down. Grubius knows we still have a long way to go. Jessica Moore, 20th in points. Jessica Moore needs a good run here tonight to try to close that gap down going into next week. I see Sarah Costello there in the 46. She needs to make sure that Jimmy Baker doesn't score any points, or it will be game. And if Jimmy Baker doesn't score Rookie of the Year points, Sarah Costello will take home the Rookie of the Year honors with one race to go. Justin Hugo still the leader. Sarah Costello currently in second. Matt Smith still battling with Lauren Grubius. Grubius has already lost the draft. She's a mere 13 seconds behind. Ignore my roommate who's doing that snapping. Oh, there we go. Oh no, Hattie Swar's in it. Caution is out. Granger's in it. Tico Jumiaka was collected. That's a huge break for the 8 truck. That's some valuable spots, but a playoff contender and Hattie Swar's in it. Second caution of the evening. Mario's starting to annoy the hell out of me. Annie Crenshaw's badly damaged. Let's see what happened here. As I just stopped for no damn reason on the replay deal. Let's go to helicopter. See how this wreck got started. Good thing for Tico, that win got him into the Final Four, and looks like Victor Gonzalez got a piece of it. Gretchen Mueller got collected, and I think 74 lost control. But how bad is her damage? Doesn't look like it's too bad. I think the 12 kind of saved her. So I don't think the 74 is torn really up. Let's see. I don't think she got in the wall. I think the 12 just saved her. There's another look. The 12 and the 92 were rubbing fenders, and then the 12 just pushed up into the 92. Might have gotten the right rear in the wall a little bit, but other than that, I think Hattie Swore dodged a bullet. As we are now making some pit stops here, our second caution of the evening. That was a close call. Hattie Swore, who, by the way, is a playoff contender. And a huge break for the Lauren Grubius. Mario, please quit banging. Sarah Costello leading some laps. Where's the 02? 18th. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, it may not be enough. Costello will try to close it tonight. Mueller and Matt Smith are off the lead lap. Out of the race after that one, Bridget Thomas, Annie Crenshaw, Victor Gonzalez, and Tico Jumiaka. Fortunately for Tico, he's safe into the Final Four, so he can ill afford a bad finish here tonight. Hasn't been a good night for hasn't been a good season for Annie Crenshaw after getting eliminated in round 1. It's been a downward spiral for that driver. Gretchen Mueller holding up some drivers. Big break for Lauren Grubius, who lost the draft on that restart, that first restart. She definitely needed that caution. So did Samantha Granger and them. They were about to go a lap down very soon. Lucky Prescott in this 14-car lead pack. So currently, as of right now, Sarah Costello would win the Rookie of the Year honors with one race to go as things are standing. And Mandy Evans, well, was going to lead that lap. That's not going to happen, because Sean Art took it away from her. Mueller is off the pace. So is Aline Burnett. All the 8 trucks running wide, and she's going to lose the draft if she's not careful, which wouldn't be good. Let's go on board Grubius. She's trying to stay in touch with her teammates, as well as Ari Springer. And I'm trying to make sure to focus on commentating without Mario interrupting me rudely. There she is, right behind her teammate Hattie Swore. Mario, please stop. It's getting annoying and you don't listen. Matt Smith not on the lead lap, currently 5 laps down. Mueller's already a lap down due to damage on her truck. Prudence Littlejohn, the 29, trying to lock her spot up in the Buffalo Wild Wings series. And speaking of Mueller, they're getting ready to lap her. And she's going to hold up that inside line. That's going to allow Lucky Prescott to take the lead. Sean Ard and Sarah Costello to follow suit. Mario's not even listening. Littlejohn still getting held up. Finally gets by. She's about to get almost dropped outside the top 10. That's going to allow that second pack to reel the leaders in. So you're focusing on Erica Douglas. Next week will be... Really, Mario? I was getting ready to say Erica Douglas before Mario interrupted me. Erica Douglas next week will be in her final Truck Series race ever in her career. She will be staying in the Monster Energy Series for next season. I apologize about my roommate being rude and don't give a crap. My roommate don't even give a shit. Sarah Costello is looking pretty darn good as far as the Rookie of the Year situation is concerned. Next car they're going to lap will be Lucy Granger. Pete Ramirez in the 00 back here. Rita Seagrid, this is not going to help her cause. She'll still be on the bubble. And I forgot to mention, because Billy Kitchens has only had 1 top 10 this season, he is no longer in the series, and we know he will lose his charter for next season. Riley Roblier, who is running well in points, going to take a hit. And he could find himself heading into next week in a must-win situation. I know we have less than 2 hours until we have to be in our rooms, but I want to get this race done so I don't have to flip with it. Billy Bradbury in the 48. He'll drive for Taylor's team, which will take over Kyle Busch Motorsports next season. And I don't see that 0-2 of Jimmy Baker up here. It's getting really good for Costello. Because remember, if Baker doesn't score any Rookie of the Year points tonight, that will be it for the Rookie of the Year honors. And Littlejohn had to get out of the throttle because guess who? Gretchen Muller's in the way again. And now they're going to have double trouble because here comes Lucy Granger. Ashley Horton didn't do her championship hopes any favors of getting out of the danger zone. As Lucky Prescott's going to bypass everybody for the lead while everybody else is dealing with the 0-5. Of course, Lucy Granger already moved up from the West Series of the Amateur Series. We already know who won. Let's actually tell you who won the championships from West. Celine Diaz and... I just went the wrong way. Whoops. Kurt Campbell and Celine Diaz were your East and West champions for the AutoZone Amateur Series, as score 4 went the wrong way. I did not want it on Foster's. I went it back on Truck Series, you derping hyena. Justin Hugo in the 2. As things stand, Justin Hugo would punch his ticket to the championship 4. And I believe the 3 drivers that would get eliminated were the 3 drivers that came into this race in the danger zone. Evans, Ramirez, and April Winters. And Winters needed a good run. But as of now, it's looking like it's going to be Jumiaka, Granger, Swore, and Hugo to battle for the championship next week at Toronto. So that means we're going to have 2 drivers out of Smart Motorsports, 1 driver out of GMS Hendrick Motorsports, and 1 out of Daniel Voiles Racing. Who would have thought a DVR truck would be in the Final 4 to compete for the championship? Also, as of now, Sarah Costello would have the Rookie of the Year honors wrapped up. She's had a consistent season, but has yet to go to victory lane this season for DVR. And before their streak came to an end, DVR had won the last 2 races before last week at Talladega. As we're coming up to the midway point of tonight's race. It's going to be close trying to get this race in. And speaking of Granger, she's going a lap down. Granger will be up to speed to run with this pack. But her chances of a good run has come to a direct halt. Makara Amirmoez is also about to go a lap down. And Sigrid hasn't... And Sigrid, as far as points are concerned, because I'll have to look and see how the cup points go. She's running 28th. That's 79 points. Makara is running 30th. It's about 80, or no, 73. That may not be enough. So Swore. So Sarah Costello would, as of now, be the Rookie of the Year champion, which is going to be great for DVR. Like I said, a fantastic season despite not going to victory lane. And also, if you win the championship, you would also get a championship charter in which he or she can sell those championship charters. Stephanie Driscoll about to go a lap down. Next week, Driscoll will make her final start in the Truck Series because she'll be focusing her attention probably, if she doesn't finish in the top 5 or finish in the safe zone in Buffalo Wild Wings Series, she could be stuck in Buffalo Wild Wings. They want to make sure Driscoll is ready to go for next season. Next time by, we'll get ready to see the halfway cross. We're going to be halfway next time by here in the Ford EcoBoost 200. Billy Bradbury has taken the lead. Sean Art in second, Anna Leonard in third, and Jessie is in fourth with Erica Douglas fifth, her teammate Sarah Costello in sixth. What a season for Sarah Costello. And that 0-2 is coming, but I think it may be safe to say Sarah Costello has probably won the Rookie of the Year honors. Unless something dramatic happens, as we're halfway through the 40 Caboose 200, and Anna Leonard trying to get DVR their third win of the last 4 playoff races. She'll be in her black truck next week at Toronto. She will be going full-time next season because DVR will take one of those charters. And look out. The DVR teammates are 1-2 because Gretchen Mueller just got in the way again, held up Jessie Art. And by the way, the 50 team has now made it up to the 34th position. 35 still in the race, 28 on the lead lap. And as I expected, well, let's see, Pete Ramirez would not make up enough points to overtake Granger. So Granger, as of right now, I think our final 4 would be set. And the 3 drivers that would get eliminated would be the 3 drivers who came into this race in the danger zone. We also have to make one more pit stop before this is all said and done. As the DVR teammates 1-2, Leonard and Costello. And Costello will be making her, I believe, her second start in the Buffalo Wild Wings series tomorrow. How would it be for Sarah Costello to win the Rookie of the Year honors with a race to go? She was 7 points ahead of Jimmy Baker coming into this race. And if Jimmy Baker does not get 8 points or more, that's it. And also, Samantha Granger is eliminated from the Rookie of the Year honors. But if we have these lap trucks in the way, like the 05 coming up, it's not going to help Jimmy Baker catch up. I wonder if Grubius has made up any ground so far, and she's all the way up to 19th, so... Oh, but Leonard hesitated. Here comes the 17, and Costello is held up. This is not good. This could be good for Jimmy Baker. This can't be good for Sarah Costello. And since Granger will not score points and be eliminated if neither of them score points, the 02 and the 46, it will come down to Toronto in terms of the Rookie of the Year honors is concerned. I also see Hattie Swartz caught back up. I don't know why my mouse is starting to act up, but anyway. Hopefully my game doesn't crash. I really just want this race done. I think if this race keeps going green, we might be okay. I'm a little more worried about tomorrow. Gretchen Mueller's coming up. Oh, and the 13 nearly got into the 25. That could have been big, but thankfully it wasn't. And that's allowed Grubius to catch up to this first pack. And Jimmy Baker is ahead of Costello, excuse me. I almost derped. As Hugo leads, but his big lead's about to get evaporated. There's Hattie Swore. Remember, Hattie Swore was involved in that last caution, and despite little damage to the 74, she's made it all the way back up to the top 10. So a nice recovery there for Swore. And Swore, who is already safe from all 3 series, will definitely look like she's going to be safe. And her goal is to try to make sure she does not get involved in a wreck. Well, the good news for her is that neither Pete Ramirez or Mandy Evans are running well in this. Well, Evans is running 13th, but she's not going to make up enough points on Swore. Pete Ramirez in 27. I think it's probably game over for Pete Ramirez and Mandy Evans, as those two will be eliminated. And because Justin Hugo is ahead of those two, I think our final 4 is basically all but set, and the laps are just ticking away. Hattie Swore is having a time of her life. Just trying to make sure she survives. Now, remember, if Evans wins, it could be bad news for Swar. So what she needs to hope for is Evans does not win this race. As there's Grubius there, who's staying in this lead pack. Currently in 21st, trying to get the handling for that truck. Remember, we still have one more pit stop to go. These cars can go, or these trucks, excuse me, can go 66 laps. Oh, please don't go 5 wide. That's not going to be a good idea. Yeah, we'll be all right as far as time is concerned. If I was in Raleigh and I was recording this race, and then it's a different story. As Annika Ritchie just trying to end her season with a trip to victory lane. As Mueller continuing to hold up some people. Almost got wrecked by Annika Ritchie in front of the entire field. That could have been bad. And Justin Hugo's going to keep the lead. Annika Ritchie will fall back to second. I don't know who will be replacing Annika Ritchie next season. Sarah Costello is about 50 laps away from locking up the Rookie of the Year title. With one race to go. And Lauren Grubius is getting closer and closer to possibly locking herself a spot in the Buffalo Wild Wings series. So DVR could have 3 things happen tonight. 1, Hattie Swore going to the championship 4. 2, Sarah Costello going to possibly win Rookie of the Year honors the way it's looking because she's well ahead of the 0-2. 3, Grubius would make it in. And 4, how about Jennifer Power having a solid run tonight? So the DVR drivers, the all-female drivers for DVR having solid runs here tonight. I think the only one who would be wanting to win this championship in terms of the Rookie of the Year honors would be this young lady, Sarah Costello. While the race is going on, I'm going to go ahead and get some more ice in my cup and put my cup up. But remember, we have to make one more stop before this race is over. Unless we get a caution. We're still green. Oh, and I see the 8 truck still in the top 10 as they have now just lapped. I think this is, yep, Samantha Granger goes a lap down again. I may be okay getting this race in tonight. Chloe Carmichael, Anna Leonard, all they're hoping is just to try to find a trip to victory lane. Costello's just trying to hang on to make sure the 0-2 does not win the Rookie of the race, or it's going to come down to the wire. What Swore does not want to see is that 58 truck lead a lap. But remember, the 58 truck didn't get a penalty after Talladega, and they're about to come up to lap traffic. Yeah, they're snaking their way through lap traffic as we go. Grubius up there in the top 5. And where Grubius is running, is she ahead of Little John? Yes is the answer. So Lauren Grubius could possibly overtake Little John and possibly make it a DVR non-playoff 1-2-3 as of now. So I guess the switch over to the 8 truck was the right decision, as we're coming up to lap Pete Ramirez and Rita Seagrid. That's big for that 8 truck, considering Billy Kitchens had a horrible year. Checking up on Costello. Baker's only ahead by 3 spots. I think Sarah could be okay, but she's got to get ahead of the 02. It may be too little too late for Baker, because it's between him and the 46 of Costello, the guy and the gal, battling it out for the Rookie of the Year honors. Let's go on board Sarah Costello. But remember, we still have one more stop to go in tonight's race. Hope you will join us tomorrow night for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race here at Homestead. Another 6:30 start, a little bit longer event for the for the Ford EcoBoost 300, easy for me to say. Another 6:30 start, and our live coverage will start at 12:30. With PCSRA Race Day presented by Vizio, hosted by Patrick Watson. And Patrick Watson will host that show along with Amber McMillan. The Triple P clan will host Countdown to Green from 4:30 to race time, getting us ready to go for the elimination race for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. It's elimination weekend here at Homestead. And Rita Seagrid is not doing her hopes any favors of getting out of the leader's way. And if she doesn't get out of the leader's way, she will be asked to see the officials in the big red truck for ignoring the blue flags. As Grubius is starting to drop back. Jesse Art is the highest rookie driver. But they just caught up to the 25 truck. Rita Seagrid just getting in the way, just ignoring the blue flags. Rita's like, I don't want to go a lap down. I just want to ruin this battle for the win, which is not doing her hopes any favors. And drivers have been complaining the 88 is not getting out of the way. Jimmy Baker is ahead of Costello. That's not good for Costello. Cody's cheering for Jimmy Baker on to make sure Sarah Costello blows it. Yeah, and Rita Seegrid's not making any friends of getting out of the way. Neither is Matt Smith. Matt Smith has been called to the big red truck for ignoring the blue flags. Look out, we got a lot of lap traffic. And final stops are made with 34 to go. We have final green flag pit stops. Now, these drivers will need to be very careful coming to pit road because we've seen it where drivers try to come to pit road on the access road and they can't make it. And they have to slow way down in the corner. They gotta let them know we're pitting. As long as everybody makes it on the pit road without a problem, we're fine. Hattie Swar's gonna make up a little bit of time. Okay, it looks like everybody got on the pit road safely. And Rita Seegrid has been called to the big red truck for ignoring the blue flags, which I don't think she cares at this point. That will be an automatic penalty for her. And she's passing Makara Mirmoez, and she might have just been caught speeding, which could be a penalty. Now, after these pit stops, everyone can make it to the end. Yeah, I'm looking at the time, and it looks like we're going to be okay, because we're going to make it just in time before the deadline. Which I still hate being in our rooms at 10. Looks like everybody's coming to pit road. Looks like everybody is not going to risk it. As we're going to go to pit lane 1. Phone down. As long as these drivers do not merge inappropriately coming back on the track. They're saying Sean Art is still the leader, as he has yet to come out of his pit stall. Same with the 46. I think it would be the 6 who would be the leader. Up and up 6 is... Okay, there's everybody else. So that will cycle the lead back to Anna Leonard. And Rita Seegrid still causing problems with the leaders of not getting out of the way. Coming to 30 laps to go here tonight at Homestead. The final elimination race, the penultimate race in the Truck Series. Matt Smith just came out of the pits. Already Matt Smith and Rita Seegrid been asked to see the officials in the big red truck for ignoring the blue flags. And Rita Seegrid could end up losing points as a result of this, to where it could put Horton into the final spot and put Rita Seegrid out. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, Rita Seegrid would lose her charter as of right now. This is helping Makara Mirmoez. Rita Seegrid, even though she's a lap down, I expect a points penalty to come out of this, where she drops a snotload of points. Because we know Ashley Horton will head into next week's race in a must-win situation. The 5 drivers in the danger zone of losing their charters either will have to try to win next week or have a solid run. Jimmy, caution. 3rd caution of the race. And who did this bring out as far as the yellow is concerned? I don't see anybody involved. Oh, Sarah Costello, the rookie points leader. She's blown up. And she's out. Oh, boy. And that's good news for Cody because she wanted to go out of the race. Now she's got to hope and pray Jimmy Baker does not score rookie points, or that could be it. This is falling into the hands of Jimmy Baker. A clutch problem on Sarah Costello, who's out. Oh, boy. Which means Rookie of the Year is going to come down to the final race of the season. Costello will finish 35th. She will not score points. What she's got to hope and pray is that Granger ain't going to score points either. Granger's in 31st, so she's well out of contention as far as that's concerned. What Costello's got to hope for is Baker doesn't score points. Or Baker could be in a must-win situation. So the Rookie of the Year battle is going to come down to the final race next week. We'll complete 111 laps of 134. That should give us a total of 23 laps of racing to go. Nobody came to pit row, which doesn't matter because nobody's going to have to pit before this race is over because everyone has made their final stops. And Sarah Costello's chances of keeping her, or actually she had a big cushion ahead of the cut line, so... But she cannot ill afford a DNF because this could really help Jimmy Baker catch up in the Rookie of the Year standings. And I expect a points penalty for Rita Seigrid because she's about to lose her charter for next season. And if Baker doesn't score Rookie of the Year points, the margin will stay the same going into the final race of the season next week. So that's 3 goals you got to do. Make the playoffs, which will keep your charter. Try to make it into the Final Four and all that. So Sarah Costello could lose either a lot or no points in the Rookie of the Year standings, as Lucy Granger continuing to hold up some people. Jimmy Baker is not gaining any spots. He's losing spots. And Rita Seigrid still annoying the leaders of not getting out of the way, and same with Matt Smith. While that's going on, I'll be right back. In the garage. Okay. Sorry about that. Jessica Moore was the leader. Now Peach Ramirez is starting to annoy some people, and Patrick Combs. This is not good for Makara Ramirez because if Patrick Combs wins, Patrick Combs would keep his charter. Even though Patrick Combs is leaving this ride at the end of the season. And with the possible points penalty that's coming for Rita Sigrid for ignoring the blue flags, this could really help drivers like Ashley Horton, as the 25 gets in the way. Gonna help a number of drivers pass the 25. It's also helping a number of drivers to catch up. I see the 0-2 leading. This is bad news for Sarah Costello. She has to hope the 0-2 has a problem. She has to hope the 0-2 does not win the rookie race, because that would be 9 points, and that would mean Baker would have a 2-point lead over Costello in the Rookie of the Year standings heading into our final race next week. Littlejohn is 13th. Grubius is 10th. As of now, those two would have a lock-in spot into the Buffalo Wild Wings Series next season. And Jimmy Baker, by the way, came into this race, another driver that also has a Buffalo Wild Wings Series spot. I believe we might have just locked up our Buffalo Wild Wings Series spots with one race to go, because Jessica Moore's not gaining any points on them. Jessica Moore's in a must-win situation. And Jimmy Baker's starting to slide back, which is really good news for them. But Ashton Ingersoll, who came into this race 19th in the points, the gal he was trying to run down is Grubius, but she's 9th. But Ingersoll is also ahead of Jimmy Baker, but not by much. Ingersoll came into this race 67 points behind Jimmy Baker. Next time by, we'll begin 11 to go, then 10 to go. We are going to get this race way in before the deadline, because there is no curfew here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Hattie Swore, as of now, is 10 laps away from punching her ticket to the Championship 4. But that 25 is going to get in the way. Gretchen Mueller has been called to the big red truck for not meeting minimum speed. Hugo's dropped all the way back. Remember, Ramirez was 48 points behind Hugo. '26. The 2 is 18th. I think Justin Hugo will be okay. I think Hugo will be safe. As for Ramirez, 26 to 31st, I don't think that's going to be enough for... I think Ramirez and Evans would still be eliminated unless Evans wins this race, which is going to be very unlikely. Grubius is going to be in a spot to possibly clinch. She is ahead of drivers like Littlejohn, because Littlejohn is in 12th. The gap between Littlejohn and Grubius, I think Littlejohn would clinch. I believe Grubius is not ahead of Jimmy Baker. She's going to have to get ahead of Jimmy Baker. But the 68 was leading, so that's not doing them any favors. But Grubius is ahead of Littlejohn. So we have 7 to go. And Peach Ramirez is not getting out of the way. She's like flipping the field off, saying, I'm not getting out of the way. The officials are getting a bit of annoyed that the 00 is not... Oh, and she nearly wrecked the 05. That's called not getting out of the way. And Cody Smart's cheering for the 02. Cody Smart wants the 02 to win. But Sean has a chance to win his first truck race. We're at 5 to go when we cross the line. Cody Smart's cheering for the 02. And remember, if the 68 wins, the 68 could possibly lock a spot in the Buffalo Wild Wings series. But Sean is trying to deny it. The 00 Peach Ramirez is not getting out of the way. She's pissing off the officials. Jimmy Baker's in second. This is not what Grubius wanted, and Cody's cheering for the 02. 4 to go. The 02 gotta have a problem. Sean Art is trying to pass, but Peach Ramirez is in the way. She's not getting out of the way. Somebody black flag that 00. Ingersoll leads with 3 to go. Can Sean do something? Can Anna Leonard do something? Will lap traffic get in the way? Will the officials boo? I think it's looking good for the 8 truck. And she's ahead of Baker. Grubius is ahead of Baker with 2 laps to go. This is what Grubius needs. She got a big break early, and now she's 2 laps away from clinching a Buffalo Wild Wings spot. How close are they? They're about to catch Mueller with 1 to go. With 1 to go. Oh, the 68's getting held up. Here comes Sean Art in the 59. The 58 is costing at the 25 for not getting out of the way. Baker's just passed. Cody Smart is jumping up and down wildly. Now can Bradbury make a move? Is Sean cautions out? That doesn't matter. And Sean Art is going to win at Homestead. Sean Art has done it. He has won in trucks. He's won in Buffalo Wild Wings and Monster. Oh, and it's Jennifer Power, who had a brilliant day going. And some jackass wrecked her. Oh, it wrecked some people. Oh, she blew up in front of Swore. Oh, that's a shame. And then Matt Smith just blatantly wrecked her. Oh, Little John was collected. Hugo was collected. That was a playoff contender. Oh my, but at least she's going to finish. Sean Art has done it. His first career win in the Truck Series. Oh, Sean is probably emotional after the week he's been through. His first career Truck Series win, and he's going to victory lane, and somebody's slowing down for some reason. Sean Art does it here at Texas, as I apologize about NR glitching. NR should not look like that. I don't know why. I think NR is using the St. Louis Deadbird strategy. Hang on a second. I gotta wait until NR stops being weird. Sean Art is the winner. Billy Bradbury, good result in second. Prescott in third. Jimmy Baker fourth. Looks like he's going to be tied with Sarah Costello for the Rookie of the Year standings. Mandy Evans fifth. I don't think that's going to be enough for her. Sixth is Anna Leonard. Seventh, Lauren Grubius. That might have just locked Grubius and Jimmy Baker possibly a spots in the Buffalo Wild Wings series. And with Prudence Lojon getting involved, this could be huge, detrimental to her in that regard. Carmichael 8th, 9th. Ashton Ingersoll in 10th will be Carla Sanat. Patrick Combs was the last car in the lead lap. Hate that for Jennifer Power, who was having a top 10 run going until the engine grenaded, and she'll end up one lap down. Peach Ramirez, she has been eliminated, although she will be asked to see the officials after the race. You look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. 34 trucks finished the race, 24 on the lead lap, everyone else out of the race. Gretchen Mueller, Matt Smith has also been asked to see the officials for that wreck he caused, but that was coming to the checker flag. So stay right here. We're about to find out who will be the championship for heading into next week. I believe, if my math is correct, Granger, Swore, and possibly Hugo could make it, but we're going to confirm it right here and right now. And that means the Rookie of the Year fight will come down to two drivers, as you are being a derping hyena for some reason. Ford EcoBoost 200. 4 cautions tonight. Not too bad for a 200-mile race. And yes, we have a guaranteed you blew it. That's too bad for Jennifer Power, who was having such a good run. And now that good result came to a sadful end. So, yeah. All right, let's see who made it into the Final Four. As we're with, all right. And now, here are the championship four as we enter the final race of the season. And as I expected, Mandy Evans, it was not enough for her. So the 3 drivers that came in this race in the danger zone are the 3 drivers who will be eliminated. Evans, Ramirez, and Winters. So a tough break for them. So it's going to be Justin Hugo, Samantha Granger, Tico Jumiaka, and Hattie Swore. 2 guys, 2 gals. One of them is going to be a champion in the truck series. As we look on here, and it looks like it might be confirmed. Costello did lose a spot, but it looks like Littlejohn is somewhat far enough ahead. Jimmy Baker and Grubius holds the final transfer. Ashton Ingersoll is currently a total of 17, currently 57 points back, and currently in the danger zone of losing their spots for next season. Charlie Silver's Billy Kitchen's been confirmed. Also, Benny MacArthur has also been confirmed. He will lose his charter. Horton. And also Rita Seagrid. But Seagrid will get a points penalty before it's all said and done. in terms of that. So that means Horton would need to win next week at Toronto to do it. And yep, Costello and Baker will be tied for the Rookie of the Year, so those two will have a showdown heading into next week. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We've shown your full finish results. You're looking at your rookie points, your overall points. Congratulations to Swore, Granger, Jumiaka, and Hugo for moving on to the Final Four. I'm sorry to Evans, Ramirez, and Winters, who have been the 3 drivers eliminated. So these are like the final results of the points. You will see the reformatted points in the championship race next week from Toronto. We still got to cap off this weekend with the Buffalo Wild Wings and Monster Energy Series elimination races before we determine our champions for this series. So until then, I've been Daniel Volo signing off as you've been watching yet another broadcast courtesy of the PCSRA, the best center racing around the world since 2017. Good luck to the 4 drivers battling for the championship in trucks.